We talked in the last video about the fact that for the vast majority of people, the idea of launching a new venture as a strategy to respond to the economic aspects of our current crisis was probably not a good one. And the main reason, you'll recall, is because of all new ventures, fewer than 20% make it past the first 3 years. What we didn't get around to talking about is what happens to even that 20%. And the truth is that of those 1 in 5 new ventures that do make it, less than 20% of them ever actually employ even one more person. Put it another way, in any given year, between 93 and 96% of all organizations, whether for-profit or not-for-profit, don't have any employees. They just provide what is usually a less than market salary for the founder. And that's great, but it's hardly thriving. And if we were to put it another way, it means that it's likely that of all of the new ventures that get started during this current economic and health crisis that we're facing, less than 1% are going to thrive in the end, employ people, grow, achieve whatever it is that the founder wants from it. But you know what? I'm an avid entrepreneur. I started as a serial entrepreneur, both on my own and with other people. I launched over 40 businesses before I was 35. And you know, my heart is with that 1%. It's that 1% that I live to work with and to assist and help as best I can. So I want to talk a little bit about what it takes to be in that 1%. So if you or someone in your family or a friend or a colleague is thinking of, in spite of all of the odds, if you're thinking of launching something new, how do you know you've got what it takes? And I want to tell you, because I know, because I'm one of those people and I work with those people, and it's absolutely in my bones. And I want to define it first of all by telling you what it's not. The single biggest error people make is in thinking that what it takes to succeed in launching a new venture, whether it's a for-profit or a cause-based not-for-profit, is passion. That we're always told, you've got to have passion for what you do. And I got to tell you something, that is not correct. In fact, at its worst, too much passion for what you're doing can almost guarantee that you'll fail. Because of two things. One, rather than listen to the market that you're there to serve, you get obsessed about your own vision for this thing and remain inflexible, and so eventually don't have a successful venture. Or you get so obsessed with polishing the apple, so to speak, making this thing you're passionate about better and better and better, you never get around to actually launching anything. The thing that makes founders successful is an overwhelming need for freedom and autonomy. It comes top of every single survey. The number one reason people launch new ventures is to get freedom and autonomy to do things their way. You know, one of the definitions of an entrepreneur that I really love is that that's somebody who'll stop working 40 hours a week for somebody else to work 80 hours a week for themselves, and there's a lot of truth in that. The absolute best combination you can get is a lot of that drive for freedom and autonomy and some passion, that you do care about what it is that's going to be your product or your service or your offering if it's a not-for-profit, but you're not leading with that. Let me explain what I mean. My trainer and I have been working out how to do workouts virtually over FaceTime, and we've developed a whole new vocabulary And one of the things that she'll say to me a lot is, this is 80-20, or this is 90-10. And what she means by that is the weight distribution of my legs. So for this exercise, I've got to have 90% of my weight on my front leg, 10% on the back, or 80% on the front leg, 20% on the back. And that's the ratio you want between a desire and a drive for autonomy and passion for your product, your service, or your offering. It's somewhere between 80 to 90% that drive for freedom and autonomy, and 10 to 20% passion for the thing you're going to do. And if you can combine in that ratio, you stand a great chance of being part of the 1%. And I hope that a lot of the stuff that you're going to get from us over the next few months is going to help you do that, because those are the people I want to support as we exit this current crisis that we're in. I'm Les McKeown. Please just scroll down, leave me some comments, and let's have a great week.